This is a book ball summary of the book 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferris. Everyone wants the opportunity to earn a lot of money with little effort, but most times we are caught in the continuous wheel of working 40 hours a week. We all dream of that job that cancels the possibility of losing out on income just because we couldn't be at work. But is this dream possible? Can one have the financial freedom they desire without having to labour ceaselessly? Well, Tim Ferris may have provided us with these answers in his book, and today we are going to talk about it. Welcome to the channel, and today we are going to talk about how you can not only make millions, but truly gain the financial freedom everyone desires. So stay tuned. The dream Tim proposes creates the freedom and flexibility you need to enjoy life. Rather than labouring away at your desk for 30, 40, or even 45 years before retirement. To many, this may sound like a pipe dream that only works out for 1% of the population, considered extremely lucky, or that it just works for everyone else but you. Well, you see, this is not just a dream, but can become a reality for anyone, according to Tim Ferris. So if you're ready to get down to work to create that freedom, you need to continue watching this video to see how we can turn 40 hours into 4 and still make enough money. Before we proceed, please like this video and subscribe to the channel to get more amazing videos like this. Let's get right into it. Step 1. For the new rich, wealth means luxury in the here and now. Working 40 hours a week or more means constant exhaustion and stress, while what you really want to do most of the time is rest and extract yourself from the constant daily grind. However, you cannot achieve this because leaving your job is not possible. In this step, we will explore the formula you need and the recipe for escaping the shackles of 9 to 5. But before we reveal the formula or recipe, let's talk about where you would be escaping to and the author's journey to the destination. The goal is to become a member of the new rich. The new rich are a subculture categorized by mobility and financial freedom. They are tied down by nothing, and they decide where and when they want to travel. They work less and earn more. But how do they achieve this? How do you live your dreams right now and live your life to the fullest? Well, it's simple. Here's something the new rich have realized. You only need to accomplish 2 things. Get more freedom and get more time. These are goals the author claimed he achieved by accident back in 2004. He was in that all too familiar situation, being constantly exhausted, overworked, and suffered a burnout, which led him to take a break that turned out to be a huge blessing and the start of his new rich membership. During his time off, he travelled around the world and realised he could run a profitable business from wherever he was, with minimal effort. Now this might sound like a fairy tale, but what you should know is that if you desire a life of luxury, your goal should be to get more free time and more freedom. But neither can be achieved by working the standard 40 hours a week jobs. Which brings us to the next step. Redefine wealth and happiness. You can use the DEAL formula here, which stands for definition, elimination, automation, and liberation. Okay, so what do we do with this? Let's get started with the D, which is definition. The first step requires you to redefine wealth and set your priorities in order to get more free time. It would help if you remembered living the life of a millionaire isn't about having millions in the bank, but about doing the activities that the millionaires do. The next word you need to redefine is your happiness. According to the author, the opposite of happiness isn't sadness, but rather boredom, which means the best definition of happiness is excitement. Dedicating your time to the things you want. While this meant travelling around and setting a world record in tango for the author, it could mean something different for you. The bottom line is, happiness is not something one can only experience when you have a lot of cash or things. So the question is no longer how one can earn as much money as possible, but how you can free up your time as much as possible. It could mean something different for you. Next is the E in the DEAL formula, which stands for elimination, which leads us to Step 3. where you can apply the 80-20 principle to save time and eliminate time wasters. Okay, so it's elimination time. If your work schedule is similar to that of the author, then it's safe to say that 80% of your work output results from only 20% of your effort. This formula shows that about 80% of the activity performed while working is useless, but is a yardstick for performance at most companies. So how do you eliminate these time wasters and get more freedom? You can achieve this by going through your to-do list, and for each task, ask yourself if you would be happy if the task ends up being the only one you complete that day. If your answer is no, then it should be eliminated. Another way you can tackle time wasting is by limiting the time you spend in responding to your emails and use that time to tackle important things, which would mean you would be able to deal with your inbox at once, which would save you time, making you more productive. However, if you desire more free time in different locations, then you may need to free yourself from the location of your work, which leads us to Step 4. How to live the new rich lifestyle as a regular office employee. If you have followed and applied half of the deal formula, but you're still an employee, then you can't just jump straight to having your free time. Employees must first liberate themselves from the office to get more free time for the automation process. The liberation process starts with and includes increasing your value to the company, proposing a trial period, providing to them that working remotely would not affect your output, quantifying the business benefit, and expanding the time you work remotely. Step 5. Setting up the autopilot step. In this step, we are moving to the A in the deal formula. Remember, we have talked about D and E, where we talked about definition and elimination. Now let's see automation. This is a crucial step if you wish to reduce the time you spend working. It involves establishing an automated source of income you can maintain from anywhere in the world. The process of establishing an automated revenue stream involves the creation of a business that works without any effort on your part. You can live the kind of life you desire because you will generate income without spending all your time at work. But how can you ensure your work runs smoothly in your absence? First, there should be freedom to communicate independently with everyone involved in the setup of the business. Secondly, you should give more responsibility to those you have entrusted with your tasks, so problems can be solved easily without much input from you. So who exactly can do your work? Virtual assistants. They are easy to contract from almost anywhere, and as long as the person has the required skills, the location really doesn't matter. It is important that you know that in order to create an automated income stream, you need a product to sell. This could be an existing product that you decide to redistribute. However, the problem here is the smaller profit margin you earn. So it is better to design your products, which would allow you to earn larger profit with little effort. You can do this by creating a muse. This is a business with an automated revenue stream. No matter what your muse looks like, it's important that you outperform the competition and demonstrate to your prospective customers that you are the best person to buy from. Step 6. Market and product analysis. In order to outperform your competition and convince your customers, your product or muse has to be different from what your competitors offer. But how do you know if your muse provides benefits needed to customers? Well, there's only one way you can do this, which is to confirm the demand capacity of your products by first simply asking people to buy it. This is one of the best tests, the only test really. You have to offer the hypothetical product to actual customers and see their reaction. However, there are a few things to keep in mind when designing your muse that will boost its success rate as a product. First, it is good you summarize the product's purpose in one sentence. When Apple released the iPod way back in 2001, everyone instantly knew that it was thanks to the accompanying slogan, 1000 songs in your pocket. Secondly, make it easy as possible for customers to decide to purchase your product. Creating your products with different designs sometimes doesn't help their decisions easily. Thirdly, to attract the right customers, you should give your product high price points to create a premium image and increase the profit margin. And lastly, your product should make a big promise and ensure you deliver on that promise. big promise, and consistent delivery. What's your most important key takeaway? Please comment down below and share the video if you like it. Thank you, and until next time.